Hey everybody, welcome back to Guns and Gadgets, your premier source for Second Amendment news. If it is the news on the Second Amendment that you're looking for, you have found your home right here on the Guns and Gadgets channel. Please consider subscribing if you want that information just about on a daily basis, sometimes 3 to 5 videos a day, depending on what's going on. And this lawsuit that I'm about to report on that happened, the hearing happened yesterday, it's good. It's good news. And this one lawsuit, even though it happened here in Massachusetts, this will have some bearing on the other states here in the Union, all 5 of them that have decided to keep firearms retailers and shooting ranges closed during this COVID-19 pandemic. So this lawsuit is so big that all of the major Second Amendment advocacy groups are suing the state of Massachusetts, the governor, and the Attorney General, both Charlie Baker and Maura Healey. All of them are involved in this. You have Gun Owners of America, Firearms Policy Coalition, Second Amendment Foundation, Com2A, GOAL, which is Gun Owners Action League, and even the NRA has dipped their toe in this as well. So just about everybody is focused on this lawsuit because it's that damn bad. A little while ago, I put out some excerpts from what happened yesterday in this case, and it just tells you how the government is. And we'll talk about this here momentarily. Now, before I jump into that, I want to let those gun ranges here in Massachusetts, the Sportsman Clubs that are not open or wish to be open. Gun Owners Action League here in Massachusetts, GOAL, is looking for petitioners to sue the state. They're looking for them, and they'll pay the court action. They just need a club to step up and put their name on the dotted line. And I'm hoping that someone does that. If you are in Massachusetts or know somebody or even shoot in the state at one of the clubs, forward this to them. Tell them about this. Because not just this state, but far too many places around the country, everybody wants something to be done. Yeah, let's get them. But nobody wants to be the one who does it. So now you have GOAL who's stepping up, willing to put money into the system to sue the state because the state is 200% wrong. It's unconstitutional. They just need somebody to step up. I'll have 2 links in the description from GOAL, goal.org, that you can get a hold of them, and they're looking for somebody to step up so they can make it right here. So that's one lawsuit. Here's the second one, okay? This is that one that I reported on a couple times. It started out as 2 separate cases. It was Gun Owners of America and attorney Andrew Kuchar, who we had on this channel, good friend of mine. And then the other one was brought up by GOAL, Com2A, Second Amendment Foundation, and the Firearms Policy Coalition. They're both suing on very similar grounds, very similar issues at stake. So the court system combined the cases, and it was heard yesterday. And I'm going to tell you that I don't know this judge, but I want to know this judge. A judge here in Massachusetts. Let's get into it. I'm going to read you some excerpts and tell you about what's about to happen. And this is going to be quick, a very quick evolving case, and we're going to have an answer in a couple days here. So yesterday, it was a 3-hour hearing at the U.S. District Court, and the judge presiding over this case is Judge Douglas P. Woodlock. Love him. I don't even know what he looks like, and I got a man crush on him. So this had to do with the constitutionality of the governor and the attorney general closing down the retail shops for firearms and the ranges, even after the fact that the federal government said that they're essential. But again, it's unconstitutional to close them because in effect, it stifles the Second Amendment here in Massachusetts. You can't buy anything and you can't go exercise your right. Okay, so let's go on. So during the 3-hour hearing, the judge routinely went after, hard and vicious, went after the attorneys for the government of Massachusetts. He demanded to know the state's rationale for closing these constitutionally protected businesses while liquor stores and other retailers who aren't protected by the Constitution have been allowed to stay open. Now, of course, the governor's office, after they were issued these court papers, it's been like crickets. You can't hear anything. Nobody wants to talk about nothing because they know they're 100% freaking wrong. I'm going to read you a couple excerpts, like I said, and it tells you exactly where the state's coming from and just shows how ignorant and stupid they are to think that they can get away with this. But again, until something's challenged, they get away with it. So the defending attorney for the governor, Charlie Baker, is the Assistant Attorney General, Julia Kobik. She said that bold moves were needed to stop the virus in its tracks and save lives. Now, we all know that that hasn't happened, depending on what side of the paper you're reading the reports from. But I continue. She also argued that the burden on the Second Amendment is light because citizens can still acquire guns through private sales and buy ammunition at Walmart. What she didn't know was that Walmarts, at least in my area, and if you remember the videos I did, Walmarts have stopped selling handgun ammo. So you can have the Second Amendment and you can buy your ammo at Walmart, except they don't sell it. And they also didn't tell the judge, hopefully the judge is smart because it sounds like he is, that they don't want person-to-person sales anymore. This is why they're pushing that universal background check BS. It stops the person-to-person sales. And in a crisis like this, where people are trying to step back and secure their own stuff and maybe prepare for stuff, I ain't selling nobody my gun, and nobody else is selling theirs either. So their excuse is ridiculous, and she looks like a jackass. But I'll continue. This is what else she said. Quote, "In times of crisis, the government is entitled to draw lines, and it is entitled to deference in how it draws lines in determining what is essential for human survival." Also, Kobik said, "I don't know why liquor stores were included, but gun retailers were not." Well, apparently you forgot what the Constitution was, and I know to be an attorney you had to take the con law classes, because I had to take them, and you are so ridiculously wrong. Government isn't entitled to jack. Unless it is written in the Constitution, they have no powers. Unless it's in that document. Now, the judge did see something the same way the government did and gave them a little bit of leeway. He agreed that governments are owed a little bit of deference at a macro level. As like, macro level meaning big picture, right? We got to do some things to make sure we can stop this sickness, okay? Granted them that, but he did say that the governments are not freed from all responsibilities. He also made references to the decision by the state to close this stuff but keep liquor stores open was probably related to the state's very strong liquor lobby and or its political leanings for gun control. Now, the judge had some pretty cool one-liners too. He said, "Now we are dealing with the micro level, meaning the small picture. And deference doesn't fall like mist over San Clemente, meaning you just don't get to do what you want." Now, then the judge started showing basically which way this lawsuit is going, and it's going quick. He said, in the absence of real justification or a real outline of what the distinctions are, it is really difficult to give deference to concerted silence on the part of the administrators who are required to make these decisions. Meaning, I can give you a little bit of credit, but you really have to be specific on why you should be able to do what you're doing. And of course, the administrators, the governor, hasn't said but a peep. Now, the state came back and said the ban is temporary in nature, Your Honor. It's not going to be forever. We're not just getting rid of the Second Amendment. And again said that people have other avenues to purchase firearms and ammo because Walmart. They also said that people who live close to the border can just go to New Hampshire. Well, I don't live near New Hampshire. So what am I supposed to do? Now, Kobik, the attorney for the governor and the AG, said, Your Honor, it's only a temporary ban. May 18th, everything's going to go, be reopened up again, and we're going to be good to go. Now, again, the judge is quick. He came back and said, temporary, maybe. However, it's sustained because Massachusetts has already extended that deadline twice. Now, the judge ended yesterday by saying this. I want to see if I can resolve the question promptly, and if I issue an order, it's one the parties believe is workable, if not justifiable. He then asked the parties, both the state and all of us, to get together and draft an order detailing what limitations are appropriate, if any, for firearms retailers if the judge was to open them back up. And this is going to be reheard soon. I kind of know more than I can say, but know that you want to stay tuned to this channel. This case will affect those other states that haven't opened ranges and retailers. Pennsylvania, I know the ranges have just opened back up, but I think gun shops are still closed. Michigan, Jersey, and I think there's one or two others. Off the top of my head, I'm not sure. But this case is huge. Huge. So if you're interested in what's going to happen, what's going to shake loose from this, you're going to want to subscribe to this channel. You want to hit that bell icon next to it and toggle that to all notifications. This will come down soon. Soon. I just wanted everybody to know there was some movement and some fantastic movement on this case here. And thank you again to Attorney Andrew Kuchar, Gun Owners of America, Firearms Policy Coalition, Second Amendment Foundation, Gun Owners Action League here in Massachusetts, COM2A, and all the attorneys working on their side as well. Thank you to the members of those groups that are suing on behalf of us and those of us who love the Second Amendment. If you are a member, contact the agencies, let them know they're doing a hell of a job. If you're not a member, I am going to have links down below to join every single one of them. I am a member of every single one of them. So I get nothing out of it, but we as a group who are winning these lawsuits because of them, we have something to gain. So join if you can, donate if you can. Either way, they're doing work on our behalf and we should help them out. That's a quick update. Thank you all for your time. I appreciate you more than you know. Don't forget, if you are a member of a shooting club in Massachusetts, a range, a sportsman's group, whatever it is, get a hold of Gold. They're looking for plaintiffs to sue. They'll pay for it. Just put your name on the dotted line. Take care, everybody. Be safe. Stay vigilant. Have a great one.